So if you are tuning in, thank you once again for watching. This is Railcoon with Iced alongside. You are watching the finals of the Root Gaming Success Pays Invitational, sponsored wonderfully by NationVoice.com, Kingston Technologies, Justin.tv, Nerd Stomper, and of course Root-Gaming.com. So thank you to all of them. Thank you for watching. This is going to be a best of 5 in the finals. Minigun is up 1-0 over his Protoss teammate, KiWiKaKi, and we see cross positions on metal.
Yeah, both of us gave the favor to to Kiwi there, but really solid play from Minigun as we just saw. I expect no less going forwards. That definitely winning the first game for Minigun, I think, is a very big mental victory. Getting over that, oh no, I'm not going to be, this golden Protoss, is very, very good. And I think he can go on a run now, and hopefully Minigun can take it. Again, these positions, I think, favor Kiwi a little more. If it does go into a meta game, you start to see those little ninja tactics kick in. He'll start to use Phoenix or other things like that. So I think this positionings favor him just a little bit more. But hopefully Mini can pull something out. I'd love to see Minigun use his Blink micro again. We saw it versus the Zerg players. It's very effective in PvP. Your Blink versus unblinked Zealots or Stalkers, amazing. So he showed very well how good he was at it. I'd love to see it again.
If you were to ask me, going into this tournament, there's going to be one Protoss player who you're going to be hyping his Blink micro, and who is it? KiWiKaKi. No hesitation. That's what I'm going to tell you. But Minigun, I mean, that was completely impressive. That blew me away. He skirmished with cats against Zerglings, Roaches, and Spine Crawlers for, 5 minutes?
Yep.
And didn't lose a Stalker. And then right at the end of the game, he lost 2. It was absolutely sick. I haven't seen that style of Blink Micro since Nazgul did it at MLG and KiWiKaKi before that. So it was disgusting. I've never seen that level of play from from Minigun, and it was very, very impressive. Again, Minigun selling himself short previous to the match, saying he doesn't stand a chance, but we see that he took the first game from Kiwi. He's in a good position. Minigun does steal the gas from Kiwi, and previously back, this is a defensive gas steal because Kiwi just stole his.
it's a manner gas steal.
Yeah, so I mean the gas steal in PvP, well, maybe a few weeks back before we entered the age of the 4 gate in PvP, I would have said, you have to be really careful. Hang on, I gotta do a tasteless voice for this. The thing about the gas steal in PvP. No, I'm kidding.
That was good. That was really good.
When you steal your opponent's gas, it kind of forces them into a 4 gate. That would normally be the worry, but the problem is, they're gonna 4 gate anyway, so you might as well just steal their gas if you get the opportunity.
Yeah, we can see if you don't get your gas stolen in return, you can come up a little bit ahead in terms of tech. That gives you an additional sentry, maybe you an additional stalker, forcing them to get a zealot instead, which are not ideal in the 4 gate matchup. So countering with a gas steal is a great idea from Minigun. I really like that. Soon as Kiwi threw it down first, Minigun saw it and answered right away. Very, very good idea. 4 gates for KiWiKaKi, so he is definitely going to be on that tech path. We're getting 1 more minute away from actual warp gates. 3 gates only for Minigun, and his chronos are a little bit ahead actually in terms of warp gate usage, but very, really solid.
Only 3 gates here for Mini. His warp gate is ahead. If you do get a really quick warp gate, you can hold off less gateways. You can hold off with less gateways. It's tough and it requires some really solid micro, but it is possible. The extreme example being, of course, that one game that I always love to quote, where KiWiKaKi held off 4 gateways with 2.
Exactly.
But look at that. Twilight Council.
He listens.
Talking about this at the start of the game. Blink Micro. Minigun put on a showcase early in the tournament with Blink, and that's what you have to assume he's going for. It could be Dark Templars, but that's so gas heavy, and he lost his second gas really early. That's probably not an option. The Dark Templars would come far too late. So we're most likely going to be seeing Blink, but it's going to take a while to start researching Blink too, because he's only at around 75.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to hold off this aggression from Kiwi for a little while before he can get that blink researching. Nice snipe on a Stalker. Getting one Stalker really early in exchange for no others is going to be really great. That's just one free unit over KiWiKaKi as a sentry up to force field. He will be able to buy some time to get Blink out, but that sentry means, of course, Blink's going to be a little bit slower.
Yes, exactly.
Is he actually going to be able to like actually start it is the question with KiWiKaKi knocking on his front door. He might have to give up the Blink play for a little while. But,
I think actually Kiwi baiting that. Come on, Minigun. Don't fall for that big guy.
He did some research though, so he is chrono boosting it.
Yes. Kiwi has his own defensive sentry though. I think this is just a contain, in which case Blink will get off. I'd like to see KiWiKaKi warping in at his main instead of in the offensive place, so 6 Zealots being left at the main. So this is a contain. We will see if Minigun has what it takes Blink-wise. I'm really excited.
Especially, oh my god, the sentry getting trapped. Ouch. It's a very high value unit, and having that not available to force field is going to be pretty painful there for Minigun. But he's just now switching completely over Stalkers. Blink is just about to finish. KiWiKaKi seems to realize that something's up because he's actually pulling back right now. How the hell do you know what's going on, Kiwi?
Ninja.
I mean, he just has these ninja senses where he doesn't actually see it, but he still knows that it's happening. Minigun, I think, just blinked to try and catch some of these units.
Yeah, there you go.
Just blinked again. So if he didn't previously, KiWiKaKi does now know what's going on. There is an Immortal on the way for KiWiKaKi. Like I was talking about previously, one of the ways to counter blink play is just to hit the units so hard that they die instantly and you can't blink them. And the Immortal is capable of doing that, so we'll have to see if he's going to be able to get keep this Immortal alive long enough to try and shut down this blink play.
Yeah, the Immortal does get out, which is bad for Minigun. There are a lot more Zealots for Kiwi too, but Minigun has found a really good ledge there. He will be able to get down to low ground.
Putting that Immortal right up into the
really good micro from Kiwi.
That was actually really dangerous. It would have been pretty easy for Minigun to focus that, but he was able to push him away without losing that Immortal. Very high risk, high return play there for Kiwi, but it did pay off.
Yeah, the one thing about the Blink micro I find that we were finding from Minigun is he's not able to focus fire and blink at the same time as you need to. And so he's doing a very, very good job keeping his units forward, but he's just kind of trying to whittle down the Zealots and the Stalkers just through one aim kind of thing. He is gonna pull off here, reset this a little bit, get his Nexus started. It is scouted by KiWiKaKi, so Kiwi does know that the Nexus is going down. Kiwi will answer suit, throw down his Nexus in the same sense. Minigun still has that proxy pylon up there in the north. Hasn't been scouted by Kiwi just yet, so might be able to get some cheap harassment here as he does pull the Stalkers into open ground. And with 2 Immortals out, it's going to be more and more difficult to get that blink in as you saw, Kiwi will push those Immortals forwards and just continue to harass you even though you've blinked away.
Yeah, both players actually dropping their Nexus. Kiwi's looking like he's in a really good spot as he does have that robotics down already. He's researching Blink to be able to sort of keep up with the Joneses, so to speak.
Exactly.
He can match Blink with Blink. And Kiwi, actually really, really smart play here, is going for Dark Templars because he knows with this opening by Minigun, his robotics will be delayed. But it doesn't look like it's going to be delayed quite enough for him to be able to get away with getting in here. But, you know, the other danger is, depending on when the Dark Shrine finishes up, the Observer could be halfway across the map when the Dark Templars are warping in right here at this proxy pylon. So even if he does make an Observer before everything else, KiWiKaKi could still do some damage. It's a very standard play against a tech opening that is not a robotics. Is just go Dark Templar, because chances are you will do some damage and force your opponent to have to spend money to shut it down. So haven't seen an Observer. Yep, there it is. It is going to start popping out. KiWiKaKi saw the robotics, so the chrono boosting. And this Observer, once again, it's going to fly all the way across the map. The Dark Shrine's just about to finish. He's going to be warping in Dark Templars right as this Observer is going all the way across the map. So KiWiKaKi still going to have an excellent opportunity to do some damage here. Dark Shrine's done. Waiting for the Dark Templar. There they go. 3 Dark Templars warping in. Observer is up here all the way over here. There's an engagement going on right as the Dark Templar are moving, and that's going to help out KiWiKaKi a lot, distracting Minigun, while the Dark Templars are actually going straight for the Nexus.
Weird. Suicide on the Nexus there.
And Minigun desperately trying to Chrono Boost out an Observer, but that will not come fast enough. Look at that. Nexus will fall. Good job by Minigun setting up a wall here on the ramp. Oh, he didn't hold.
Hold though.
Oh,
There's
no.
the Observer though. Minigun's Observer is out. Dark Templar will get cleaned up a little bit, loses his Nexus, but you see Minigun has answered. He's blunked onto the high ground. He's gonna be chased well away from that. Gonna force back onto the low ground, continuing to assault the. Oh, nice! He's gonna have to deal with just Blink Stalkers now, walling off the Zealots and the actual Immortals there. So, ooh, Minigun trying to answer suit, sniping the Nexus.
Dangerous though. He's sacrificing a
too
lot
much.
of units to focus this Nexus. KiWiKaKi will be able to chase him down with Blink because hey, we both have Blink. I don't know if that was quite worth it for Minigun. As you know, KiWiKaKi still has those Immortals, he still has those Zealots. That's pretty much the entirety of Minigun's army, except for these couple Stalkers back here at the main. If you look at this up like 8 to 77 in favor of KiWiKaKi. KiWiKaKi has 2 Immortals, a single Dark Templar, 8 Stalkers, and 13 Zealots. Minigun has 10 Stalkers and 2 Zealots.
Dark Shine for Minigun being started, but yeah, as you mentioned, the resource count even shows it. A little bit of a lead there right now for KiWiKaKi. KiWiKaKi feeling confident. He is going to push across now. Those Immortals definitely bringing up the slack there of any sort of Zealots or anything like that. We're going to see Blink versus Blink. This is going to get really silly here. As both guys blinking away. Zealots finally trickling through for KiWiKaKi. Sentries for Minigun, not really creating much of a wall. Good game for Minigun as the Immortals join the line. And we will see a 1-1 tie going into the game 3 here.